Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Jackson here. Today, we're going to be practicing making predictions again. We're going to be working with this nonfiction text, Plants and Flowers. Our I can statement today is, I can make and confirm predictions. So let's get started. We're going to be starting a unit on plants, and we're going to be doing a research project. So we're going to be doing some reading about plants, making predictions, talking about the topic and our key details. So today's I can statement is I can make and confirm predictions. Now this is a nonfiction text, and I know there are a lot of differences between fiction and nonfiction texts. One of the main differences is the text features that you see in nonfiction texts. Let's preview our book and see what text features we can find. That's right, we have a table of contents. Let's look at all the photographs that we see. And I see some headings. Another heading, photographs. And I see some captions too. See these captions here? These are all nonfiction text features. Each page has a heading. And remember, the heading tells you what you're going to learn about on that page. Lots of photographs and headings in this nonfiction text. How can readers use the text features to help them make predictions about what they're going to read about and learn about in a nonfiction text? Think about that for just a moment. We've talked about that in the weeks previous. We've talked about how you can use your topic, your main details or key details, your main idea, and your text features, your headings, your photographs. All these text features help tell you what you're going to learn about in your nonfiction text. So we see that the title of this nonfiction text is Plants and Flowers. Well, as I looked through those pages, I noticed some words in our headings. So I have our prediction graphic organizer here for you. And remember, our language is I predict because. And then we're going to look and see if our prediction was confirmed after we read. So looking at this cover and the pictures, I predict that the topic of this text is plants because I see a header titled Growing Plants and many photographs of plants. So let's read and see if my prediction is correct. Plants and Flowers. This is written by Sally Hewitt, and it is by Children's Press. So we thank them for letting us read these texts online. Okay. Our first pages are about using plants. Using plants. Hundreds of the things you use and eat every day come from plants. The placemat, the loaf of bread, apples, and the table are just some of the things in this picture that come from plants. Look at the next page to see which plants they come from. Farmers grow fields of wheat. The seeds from the wheat are ground to make flour. We use the flour to make bread. Wood from tree trunks is used to make furniture. Apples grow on apple trees. The placemat is made of cotton. The fluffy cotton balls that grow on cotton plants are made into cotton thread. The thread is woven together to make cloth. And just a side note here, let's see, using plants. All those different things in the picture and the plants that they come from. Just a side note, cotton is one of the plants that always has amazed me. That we have clothes made of cotton and placemats and different things, and it's not something that you eat. We think of a lot of plants as things that we eat. And so cotton has always amazed me. Our next heading is growing plants. Plants need sunlight, air, soil, and water to grow. A gardener makes sure the plants in the garden get these things so they will grow well. Today, Charlie is watering his plants and digging up weeds. Making food. Plants and animals need energy from food to live and grow. We eat plants and other animals for food, but plants don't need to eat. They make their own food. Plants use energy from sunlight, the air all around them, and water from the soil to make food in their green leaves. Plants store the food and they need to grow in different places, including the roots and stem. Seeds and bulbs have a store of food so that new plants can grow before they have leaves to make their own food. How many of you can remember that big word of the plants making their food? Photosynthesis. That is right. Now, I'm going to stop reading there, and we're going to look and see if my prediction was confirmed. My prediction was that the topic of the text would be plants because I saw a header called Growing Plants and lots of photographs about plants or of plants. So my prediction was correct. It was confirmed. So we get a thumbs up for that. Now, you are going to practice making your own predictions about plants. So the next heading is Name the Parts. Name the parts. I'm not going to show you the picture. I want you to think about that heading. Name the parts. And think about the pictures that you've seen so far and what we've read so far. Knowing what the nonfiction text is about, what do you think or what do you predict you will learn about in this part of the text? Name the parts. So you're going to use the language, I predict because. And then we're going to see if your prediction is confirmed. So think about the title of that or the heading of that section, Name the Parts. I want you to post your prediction on the Schoology page for me, and let's see if your prediction is confirmed. I'll check your post to see how well you did.